Hey there, I'm Rachel Meyers. I'm a breast cancer coach and I help women feel healthy and happy through breast cancer. Today's video is about why cancer is one of the best things that has happened to me. On November 26, 2021, my life was turned upside down. Yes, the day after Thanksgiving, I got the call that no one wants to get. It was my OB calling to say, "You have breast cancer." A couple weeks later, I found out it was triple positive breast cancer with HER2 expression, which is one of the most aggressive types of breast cancer. Surgery, chemo, and radiation were suggested. In less than a week, it felt like my whole world turned upside down. I didn't know it at the time because I was too busy living in fear and anger, but I do now. It was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And here's the 5 lessons I learned from having breast cancer. Number 1, the first lesson I learned is that most people are kind and generous. I learned that there are so many good and loving people out there, and I have met many of them because I have cancer. I believe I would not have met many of them any other way. I'm specifically thinking of all the integrative practitioners I frequent and the doctors and nurses that do so much to help me stay grounded and not fearful, as well as helping me stay physically strong while undergoing chemotherapy. I've received cards, letters, flowers, messages, gifts, meals, phone calls, free doctor's visits, discounted doctor's visits, free coaching, healing wishes, prayers, and much, much more. My yoga teacher even gave me a healing crystal. One anonymous neighbor brings a gift every night and leaves it on my porch to help me get through chemo. I feel flooded with kindness by those around me and my community almost constantly. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to get through cancer. Number 2, the second lesson I learned is to live in the present. All the fear and anxiety of cancer sort of melts away when I don't think about the past and what caused my breast cancer, and when I don't think of how far I'll need to go in my treatments and guess about how I'll feel during and after those treatments. The present teaches me about what is in my control. Cancer certainly isn't, but how I think about cancer is. I think this HER2 positive breast cancer is making me into the person I've always wanted to be. Strong, courageous, and alive every day. It feels like every day is a blessing, and I want to live it to the fullest. I want my life to have purpose. I get asked all the time, "Aren't you afraid of dying?" My response is, "Are you kidding? Not at all. I've had a great life filled with wonderful people and experiences, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm more afraid of not living the life I have left." Louise Hay said, "The point of power is always in the present." Oprah Winfrey said, "Living in the moment means letting go of the past and not waiting for the future. It means living your life consciously, aware that each moment you breathe is a gift." Living in the present means this moment we are in now. What will you make of it? Number 3, the third lesson I learned is the power of positive thinking and the law of attraction. The day I found out I had cancer, I called my friend who had been through it herself several years ago. She told me something I hope I'll never forget. She said, "The only way to get through this is with a positive attitude." She reiterated that over and over in our conversation. I believed her, but I was feeling the very opposite of a positive attitude. I was angry, bitter, resentful, and just mad. I didn't have any idea how I could ever feel positive about cancer, ever. I had to do chemotherapy. What could be positive about that? As a believer that it's important to feel all the emotions, I let myself wallow, cry, rage, and be deeply sad. I wanted to open myself up to the possibility of cancer's positivity in my life, but I didn't know how. I pondered on that for many days and even weeks. I prayed, I journaled, I thought, I meditated on it. I still felt like a victim, and cancer and my body were the betrayers. Until one day I was reading a funny Christmas book to my son's 3rd grade class. I don't know what came over me that day, but I cried through the whole entire book. The kids must have thought I was crazy. His teacher must have thought I was crazy. But a deep sense of thankfulness came over me at that moment. That feeling has stayed with me ever since that day. I went to my car and just cried my eyes out because I was so thankful for cancer and for the lessons it was teaching me and had yet to teach me. I desperately wanted to think positively, and I was shown a way. I believe the way we think is what we attract into our lives. After my mind shift from negativity to positivity, I started attracting all kinds of amazing people and experiences into my life. It was uncanny how the right person would step into my life at just the right time when they were needed. Number 4. The 4th lesson I learned is to treat my body with care and compassion for the first time in my life. I was previously a caregiver and a caretaker. I gave care to everyone around me except me. I took care of those around me with all of my energy at great personal sacrifice, to the point where I wore myself completely out. Breast cancer has taught me that my body's needs come first. What I do or don't do to and with my body impacts its ability to care for itself and others. Lifestyle changes can make a huge difference in energy levels when you have cancer and are going through chemotherapy. I've learned to eat healthy, keep my stress level under control, take time for myself, and spend time getting to know what I want and need to get better. I've learned that sometimes doctors think they know what will help you get better, but your own intuition is so much more powerful than any study or test. No one knows you better than you know you. Pay attention to the impressions your body gives you. It is very wise. Number 5. The 5th lesson I learned was that the words fight, battle, win, struggle, warrior, and overcome were not words I wanted to identify with in regards to cancer. I believe cancer and I can live in the same body at the same time and get along like long-lost friends coming together to reunite into a wonderful relationship with tremendous value and mutual acceptance. I like to think of cancer as less of a war and more of a peaceful surrender to what is. I have cancer. I also have arms and legs. This has never been a problem before, and it's not a problem now unless I make it so. Cancer is a cell malfunction. My breast cells have started to grow uncontrollably, and now we know and are trying to help them stay in check. If they can malfunction, that also means they once functioned and can function again. I'm choosing to believe that my body knows how to make this cell functioning happen again, with the support of my doctors and care team. Right now, my hair is still falling out, I'm itchy all over, I have a headache, and I have twitching around my body that sometimes drives me crazy. But there's a lesson to learn in all of it. There are many more lessons I've learned through having triple-positive breast cancer, and many more I've yet to learn, but I'm thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for cancer being the best thing that ever happened to me. Stay tuned for other videos about my breast cancer journey, including why I chose chemotherapy over naturopathic oncology, despite my love of natural healing, and how I plan to help others get through breast cancer with a healthy mind, body, and spirit. Thanks for watching.